Hello folks, I have two handheld vacuums here. One is by Milwaukee and one is by Dewalt. I bought both of them because I wanted to try and compare them because I didn't see good comparisons online. I couldn't find any, so I went ahead and bought both of them. So I will tell you a bit of what I have noticed as differences between these two. I'll start with saying that both suck pretty good. Both work pretty well overall as vacuum cleaners, but they certainly have trade-offs, and I would say that as a handheld, the Dewalt is certainly, I would say, very nice. Milwaukee is good, but it's not as good as the Dewalt as a handheld, I would say. So I'll start with saying that when I bought the Dewalt, it came with more accessories. I don't have them here, but it's a pretty good amount with extension wands, hoses, and attachment tips with brushes, and what else? It's listed in the product description. If you guys are interested in knowing which accessories are actually included. The Milwaukee came with fewer accessories. This one that's like a floor accessory has a rubber thing that catches on things, and I personally don't like that one. I prefer brushes. So there was that, and it came with few accessories. Again, they're listed on the product description, so if you guys are interested, you can look those up. But it did come with fewer accessories. Neither one came with a battery or a charger. By the way, these are my batteries that I already had, so I had the luxury that I could buy the tool without needing to also spend money on battery. Other than that, the Dewalt is lighter by about a pound. I weighed them both myself, and the specs are provided by manufacturers, but when I weighed them, they came in about an ounce heavier, both of them. For all I know, it could be maybe the filter weighs an ounce, or it could be maybe my scale's a little bit off. I'm not sure. I would guess it's probably the filter that the manufacturers don't include. But either way, an ounce doesn't make a difference. So what I got for the Dewalt was 3 pounds and 4 ounces, and for the Milwaukee, I got 4 pounds and 4 ounces. So exactly a pound difference between those two. But besides being lighter, the Dewalt just felt more balanced in hand. I don't know if that's a product of being lighter. The Milwaukee felt forward heavy, but as you can see, the motors are in front of the handle on both. So I'm guessing the out of balance feeling with the Milwaukee, especially after using it for a while, you start really noticing it. And so it gets a little bit tiring after a while if you're like getting into corners and crevices to get things out. So my hand was getting tired after a while. And with the Dewalt, I just kept working along and didn't really get tired at all. Didn't really notice the weight actually after a while. So Dewalt definitely has an advantage there, I would say. And again, I'm pretty athletic, so a bit of heavy weight is not a problem for me. But if you're working for a while, it starts becoming noticeable. And if you're like reaching far behind things, it becomes noticeable. The light on the Dewalt is really nice. It will light up a lot of space, like if you're trying to vacuum under a couch or in a dark corner behind some furniture, the light comes in very handy, and that's what I think what handheld just should have, because it would be inconvenient to carry a flashlight while trying to maneuver around things. So the light that comes on the Dewalt was definitely very nice, which Milwaukee did not have. With the light, not only you could see like the working area, but you could see like things getting sucked up. So it shows you that it's actually working. collecting things because the way the light is positioned, I guess the illumination makes like debris extra visible as it gets sucked up. So it shows you that there's stuff being picked up. So that's really nice, I would say. Also, the Dewalt has a longer shape versus the Milwaukee has a taller shape. I think this longer shape is better for getting into narrow spaces or short spaces. It's definitely, I would say, considerably better to get into small spaces compared to the Milwaukee. The Milwaukee, as you can see in this, as you can see here, it's taller. Doesn't seem like by a whole lot, but I think it's just it just feels more bulky, and to get into small spaces, it felt a bit of a hassle. So those were the DeWalt's advantages. The Milwaukee's advantages is warranty for one. So Milwaukee has a 5-year warranty on their tools. DeWalt has a 3-year warranty. After a while, the tools break, so I think that 5-year warranty is definitely a pretty notable advantage. The Milwaukee is quieter than the Dewalt just by a very slight amount that I could perceive. It also, the sound is more like muffled compared to the Dewalt being more like a shrill sound. So initially it was a bit annoying, but I think I got used to it and started noticing it less. But the Milwaukee sound is definitely not as annoying, at least in the beginning, until you get used to it. And the other advantage Milwaukee has is that on the trigger, the activation, you can pull the trigger to like their drills to activate it and release to deactivate it. And in addition to that, you can lock the trigger so it's constantly running. I can see that trigger being good for saving battery power. So like you're just not constantly running, because I'm sure that adds up on a battery, especially if you're moving from space to space within a room. So if you have to flip the switch a lot, I don't know how long it will last, but and obviously constantly running drains the battery faster on the Dewalt. So flipping, you would have to either flip the switch a lot or just let it run. So that was the advantage with the Milwaukee, and it appears like that the container is larger. That's what the specifications, the manufacturer specifications have amounts specified. And if you just look at them, it looks like Milwaukee probably has a bit of an advantage in terms of capacity, but that's comes with a trade-off of the hanging type of canister compared to a long canister. So I think that it's a trade-off. So other than that, I think both are great products. You can't go absolutely wrong with either one. But if you were to get just one vacuum for, like, let's say, I don't know, a shop, like if you have some small shop and nothing big, I think that I would probably go with, and you just only wanted to get one vacuum, I would go with the Milwaukee, because it looks like the canister is bigger, and I understand it might be a bit more, well, I don't know if it's more powerful. I think the DeWalt is actually more powerful, but I forgot off the top of my head. But the canister is a little bit bigger, and if you add the extension one, then if you're vacuuming the floor, it's not as bad as like reaching behind things. But if you were to get a big vac, like I have a shop vac and I have a household vacuum, then if you wanted to get something more portable, I think that DeWalt is definitely hands down, because you're getting something that's very good at what a household vacuum and a shop vac is not so good at, and that is like moving around quickly around a house or a shop, and being able to reach behind spaces without getting tangled up in hoses and whatnot. So that's what I would say. That's it.